action against the Mystics, Shanae.
Absolutely. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever visiting the Mystics. Let's go to the third quarter. Caitlin started cooking. The game, though, now is tied at 57. Now, as the lead increases, look at that, coming off of the down screen.
No, look, it's a problem. And as he starts to get stronger, she said she was going to get in the weight room during the break, because as she gets stronger and better conditioning, these shots are going to happen more regularly.
From down screens to downtown. That's where she was knocking it down. To the fourth quarter, Fever up 3 and inbounding. Caitlin Clark, look at that. Signature step back again.
She knows it. She's starting to feel it, and it takes time.
Look at the footwork.
Yeah, we saw it in the NBA with Victor Wembanyama. You are a better player as the season progresses, and we're starting to see her shot fall at regular.
And just 23 seconds later, another one goes down. Caitlin was cooking and made history along the way, knocking down 7 threes. But watch this. Carly Samuelson.
Okay.
Go Stanford.
Okay.
Knocks down.
Okay.
Wait, okay, leave me alone. I know you're Mr. Arizona. Mystics now down 2 and inbounding, but the shot will go as the Fever hold on to win 85-83. They improved to 3-9, and Clark finished with 30 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. The Mystics remain winless now, 0-12 after losing again Sunday to the Liberty, Malika.
Oh, and now, Shanae, Clark has reached 200 points and 75 assists in her first 12 career games. By the way, passing Sue Bird for the fastest mark in WNBA history. But some news this weekend, Clark was reportedly left off of Team USA for the upcoming Paris Olympics. Here's Clark on finding out she didn't make the team.
Honestly, no disappointment. I think it just gives you something to work for. It's a dream. Hopefully one day I can be there. And I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that, and hopefully in 4 years, when 4 years comes back around, I can be there.
We talked actually on the bus. She got the call on the bus, and she texted me to let me know. And, I just tried to keep her spirits. The thing she said was, "Hey, Coach, they woke a monster," which I thought was awesome.
So some really great perspective there from Clark. But just a reminder, this is a stacked team that's incredibly difficult to make. This is who did make the Team USA roster. Headlined by a pair of 2-time WNBA MVPs, Brianna Stewart, Asia Wilson. Diana Taurasi will be playing in her 6th Olympics, and she will be joined by her Mercury teammate, Brittany Griner, in this one. So, Janae, I'm going to ask you the question that everybody has been asking since this news broke. Was it a mistake by Team USA to leave Caitlin Clark off the Olympic roster?
My goodness, I am tired. I am tired because trying to explain the patterns, the principles of which I have experienced as a top women's basketball player, I'll say this through my lens. I played U16, U18. I was on the World University team. I also brought back the first 3-on-3 gold at the World Championships, and I know the criteria.
Hey.
The criteria is not necessarily about selecting. It's not ever really about selecting what's popular. It's about completing the mission, making history. Team USA has the ability to win their 8th straight gold. You do that in the face of competition around the world that continues to get better. You don't do that by selecting popular players. You select a team that works together, a team that has experience. And if we're going to look at this roster top to bottom, the experience shows 9 of the players that made this roster have played in the Olympics previously. 2 that are not listed in those 9 are all WNBA, and 1 is the finals MVP. That's Kalia Copper. So they went by experience. Also, you can also realize that there could be many rosters that the USA could field full of snubs, like Arike Ogunbowale, who was number 2 in the WNBA right now, that did not get a spot. Dewana Bonner, who potentially could have been contributing to this squad. So yes, it was a miss potentially for growing the game, but they want to complete the mission and make history by bringing back another gold. And I think Caitlin said it best. She can rest, and she can also be a monster the second half of the season. And then on top of that, she can make her debut where she is set up for success, potentially in 2024 at home with all the lights globally on her.
Right.
That's the chemistry overall.
This team has brought back the Olympic gold every go-around since
I think this is a big miss.
It is a stacked roster. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Austin. Go ahead. Why do you think
Sorry,
it's
the delay is messing me up, Malika. Didn't mean to cut you off there. No,
it's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's a big miss for a variety of reasons. Starting with the fact that it's not about always having the 12 best players. We have Diana Taurasi on the team. All respect to her. She's a legend in the game of the WNBA. One of my favorites, actually, of all time. But is she the top 12 best player right now? No. So, okay, you have her on there as a captain or as experience, right? It's the same thing we can do with Caitlin. We're bringing her on because she is the face. Is she one of the 12 best players in the world right now? No, but we need her to be. she's definitely the most popular, and I know it's not a popularity contest, but this is a chance to invest in your future, just like USA Men's does that. They have enough experience with the other 11 players there where Caitlin Clark could have joined this team, just like they did with Anthony Davis my rookie year. Anthony Davis was on the Olympic team. Was he one of the 12 best players in the world at that time? No, but they needed him to be, and they knew he was going to be eventually, right? So they invest in the youth, just like they did with Leitner, and the list goes on. So I know she's really popular, and there's been a lot of issues as of late in how much deserved notoriety she gets. But this is a chance for USA, I thought, to not only have a really talented young player on their team, but just from a business standpoint, to continue to have the game evolve, have people tuned in and watch. So I thought it was a miss.
I see both sides of it.
Richard, where do you fall on this?
Yeah, I see both sides of it. And really quickly, when I was watching Get Up this morning, Rebecca Lobo, one of the best analysts, one of the most decorated women's basketball players we've ever seen. I was listening to what she said, and her explanation, very similar to Shanae. I will always default to the women that are a part of the process. Yes, from a marketing standpoint, you can have there. Yeah. Even when you're talking about the veteran of Diana Taurasi.
Who, by the way, is putting up 16 points per game, similar to Caitlin Clark, and has familiarity in the sense that two of her teammates, Kalia Copper and Brittany Griner, are going to suit up. So she knows exactly, first of all, being potentially her 6th straight, Olympian cycle. But go ahead.
Yeah, but the last thing, as I say, Jason Kidd was on the Olympic team. Jason Kidd was on the team. So I've seen different sides, and I can understand why this is complicated.
Yeah, you know what? I think that Team USA may have gotten this one correct. We're going to dive into this more.